Hey everybody.
Hey.
This is video number 3. Learning how to drive a stick. As it was before in the Hyundai Tiburon. We're gonna be making sure we do videos in different cars, but for right now, this is what we got. So we're gonna be doing videos in this thing for right now. Let's enter the vehicle.
Today we're gonna teach you guys about the RPM ranges, and you know, every stick is different. Everybody knows. But it's really important about these RPM ranges, so let's get to work.
And we're going to go ahead and cover most of the basics too, so just in case y'all forgot. So we're going to cover most of the basics. We're going to tell y'all about these ranges, what to do, what not to do, what y'all hear in many videos versus what I'm going to say, whatnot. You know, I'm in the vehicle. Go ahead, take the camera.
Alright, let me hold the camera.
Alright.
Cameraman.
So, here we go. Now, it's like we said before, you got your 5-speed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. You got your clutch over here, your brake, and your gas. Now, this is video number 3. If you guys haven't seen the first or second video, mainly the first, then I advise y'all go look at it, so y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm going to cover the RPM ranges of this vehicle, and I'm going to cover what's called rev matching, because rev matching is important. Many people don't do it, but it helps your transmission. And
every RPM range is different, so he's going to cover how to find out what your RPM range is.
Exactly, because many people would say, you know, rev it to 1 and 1.5, but you know, you really don't need to do that. But I'm gonna cover all that stuff in just a second. So, like I remember, you have to have your key pushed in to access your gates, and I did explain that in my first video. So if y'all haven't seen that, then go ahead and look at it if y'all don't know what I mean. Key, gate is neutral, car turns on. Since it's in neutral, I don't need to have my key pushed in because I'm burning it. That's how you burn out your clutch. You let it off. If the key was in gear, I showed y'all what happened in the first video, but I'm not going to do it now because I can't keep doing it. The car stalls, turns off, really bad for the engine. Don't want that to happen.
Safety first.
Safety first. Now, RPM ranges. I'll take that.
Alright, now put on my seatbelt.
Alright, RPM ranges. I don't know if y'all can see that well. On the left side is the speedometer. On the right side is the tachometer, the one that the needle that moves, counts 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Got that? RPM ranges is the range your RPMs goes until you need to shift to the next gear. Now I'm gonna say this one more time, it's very important. This is in my car. This isn't in the next car, the car after this, or the car before this. It's not even in the same exact model car. This is just in this specific vehicle, and that's it. So I'm gonna teach y'all how to know what ranges it is, so you know when to shift in the clutch. Because like I said in my first video, I can't hear my engine rev because I usually listen to very loud music. So I have to get this meter right here up in my head so I know exactly what I'm doing and all that good stuff. Okay, like I said in my first video, reverse, which is here in my 5-speed, and first are like brothers. If you can do anything in reverse, you can do it in first. Okay, they're like blood. So I'm gonna teach y'all what I mean. We're gonna go into reverse here. E-brake's already down, I don't know why. Okay, so here's what happens. And I'm going to show y'all the major difference because there isn't that much but the noise. Here's what happens when you rev your engine loud, and this usually scares people when they do this. The car rolls backwards. Do y'all understand? The car rolls backwards. And I'm going to show y'all the same thing in first gear. Either way, no matter how you do it, or which way you do it, your RPMs are going to drop because now your clutch is pulling the car. Y'all understand? Now, many people would say do it between 1,500, and many people, when they do that, they're focusing too much on what RPMs they're at. So when it climbs, it scares them. I don't want you guys to be scared. If they say 1,115, I mean, it helps. I mean, but you don't want to focus on doing it on 1,115. I'm a professional stick driver, and I don't even do it through 1,115. I don't really mind on what RPM it's at. Don't pay attention to that so much. Just pay attention to the key and the gate soft spot. Remember, I told y'all there was a spot where in every car that's different, where the clutch actually moves the car without the gas pedal being pushed. You want to focus on that spot, and you want to focus on getting the car rolling more than how many RPMs you have it to make it roll. Like I just showed y'all, which that wasn't that much of a difference. It's high, the car still rolls backwards once that spot is hit. Okay, so in first gear now, I'm doing at a low RPM. The same thing happens. Nothing bad to the car happens, nothing like that. So don't, when they say 1,115, don't worry about that. Just worry about making the car move for right now. You're just learning how to drive a stick. You want the car to move. Everybody that's around you, in front of you, behind you, they can't see you're driving a stick shift. So you want to make the car move because you'll get honked at. You don't want to worry about, okay, I'm sitting at a light and I watched the video and they said, okay, right between 1 and 1.5. Don't worry about that. Move the car, okay? Move the vehicle. So I'm gonna back out of my driveway. This is my clutch spot only, no gas. Now my foot is completely off the clutch. I'm not even putting any type of gas at all. This is just the clutch. This is just the car rolling by itself. And I'm actually backing out of my driveway as we speak. And now I press the brake and I push the clutch pedal back in. Okay? Car stopped. We're not moving. Okay? Now I'm going to give the thing the glory out here. Okay.
No one's behind you?
Yes.
They are?
Someone's coming. I want to have this whole road clear.
Someone's coming.
Give us 1 second. Someone's coming down the road here.
It's an ugly van. Watch this ugly van. Ugly. Disgusting. Alright, let me see. I put my finger in the way. Alright. He doesn't usually do hand over hand, guys. He's like the horrible stick driver ever.
Okay. So here's what happens when you don't do enough gas, okay? You want to make it so that the car can move, like I said. So your objective is to have your car's revs over what they're sitting at while you're just sitting here, which is what? 900? I'm sitting at 900 RPMs now. So your objective is to have it over that. Do you understand? My car is moving now. Many people say 1 and 1.5. I see him. Many people say 1 and 1.5. Here's what happens when you do that. You're focusing too much on that, and the RPMs drop way too low, and then you don't want that to happen. That's messing up your transmission. Okay? You don't want that to happen. You definitely don't want that to happen. Make those RPMs climb. I would recommend, the numbers I would recommend is between 2 and 3. Okay? But you don't have to worry about that. Like I said in the beginning, make the car roll. That's your main objective, is to make the car roll. Now, last thing, I'm going to show you how to notice what revs your car has to be at in order for you to upshift and downshift. Now, Gloria, what did you say in your car? What was your revs at?
Mine was 3.2 and 2.2.
So, in my sister's car, her engine will start going crazy at 3.2. It'll start making this really loud sound at 3.2. My car starts doing it at 3.5. But my car can rev to 4 and be fine. Because, you know, my car is like a sports car and it can do that. So, I'm going to show y'all in a second. Alright, it's just passing 3.5. I shift it right before my engine gets the chance to rev. Right after 3.5, when my engine starts doing that little loud sound, that's too high for RPM. So you want to lower that as quick as possible, unless you're racing. Okay? So I'm gonna slow down the car. My car's in neutral, and I'm just applying the brake until the car slows down. In my sister's car, it did it at 3,200. My car does it at 3,500. The next car might do it at 4,000. The next car might do it at 3,000, at 3,100, at 3,200. It doesn't matter what it is, but you have to find out what it is in your own car. I can only teach you the basics, but you have to learn how to drive your own car. You see that? I revved it. The car's RPMs drop because now the car is starting to pull something. If you rev it at 1,500 and being focused on that, that's like barely touching the gas pedal. And hold on, let me try and get it. And then next thing you know, you hit the soft spot. I'm sorry. Alright, it's hard for me to do it because I don't usually do it. And then you hit the car soft spot. Those RPMs are way too low. Yeah. You want it above what your car it would be doing if it's sitting at neutral. You want it above, which my car is sitting at 900. You want it above that. So even 1,500 is too low, because right when you pull, that's me pulling and I just hit 500. You don't want that. You want your car to have enough energy and enough momentum to move. So you can rev your car here and then go ahead and proceed. You can rev your car here. You understand? Same thing happens. It don't matter where you rev the car at. Okay? It does not matter. But you don't want it low and you don't want it too high. But as far as you just learning how to drive a stick, you rev that bitch and you hit that spot. Do you understand? That's your objective if you're first learning how to drive a stick. And I hope that's the only people that's watching this video right now. So let's hear that engine again. Y'all hear that? Right after 3.5, she does that. Anytime before 3.5, she does not make that sound. She sounds beautiful anytime before that. So I know that's the point I need to shift at, is 3.5. So when I'm blasting my music or whatever, I'm driving like this, barely looking at my oh shit. Hold on, there's a cop. He said, hold on, there's a cop. So anytime when I'm listening to my music, I just shift just like that, like it's that easy. I don't worry about nothing else. My revs are good, my RPMs are good, nothing else has to happen. Nothing's distracting me, nothing's blocking me. I'm driving my car completely fine, and I know my RPM ranges, so in my car it shifts completely fine. I'm going to a railroad crossing now. I'm behind the Jeep, and my RPMs are climbing. And that's how I drive when I'm listening to loud music. You can listen to your music and drive your car, but the key things that I want you to do before that is listen to that point where your engine starts doing that loud noise when you're revving it up, and knowing what that specific point is. Before that, learn your muscle movements for your foot. You understand? I know my soft spot in my clutch through muscle memory. So when I'm driving, my foot automatically hits that spot for me without me even thinking. When you're in an automatic and you're going in reverse, your fingers automatically push it down, another 1 or 2 times, I can't remember, to go forward for drive.
Yeah, 2 times.
Another 2 times for drive. Your fingers automatically do that without you even looking at the transmission. When you're in park, you automatically put it in reverse without even looking at the transmission. It's the same exact thing driving a stick shift. All I'm doing is I push the clutch in. I'm going to put it in 2nd gear right now. Well, I'm going to put it in 3rd. I'm not even going to press the gas and watch my RPMs go up. That's with no gas. Now gas is being added. That that was just my clutch spot memory. My foot did that by itself. If I were thinking about it, I wouldn't be able to do it. I don't think about it when I drive my car. So that's the thing I want y'all to remember. Before y'all start listening to your loud music, learn your car, because you will stall it every single time unless you do. Make sure you know, okay, 3.5, that's the point I clutch at. Okay, now how do you know when to go down? Okay, I'm going to show y'all that too once I get after this stop sign in a second. But the reason why I'm not letting y'all look everywhere, because I really want y'all to pay attention to these revs. Like, this is key to this video today. And the next video we're gonna make sure we make the other thing key as well, whatever we're gonna be teaching. Me and my sister used to talk about this stuff before we start filming, but today we just decided to do it on the RPMs.
Exactly.
We're just sitting at a stop sign at the second.
I'm gonna get a stick soon. Yeah, I'm getting a
my
stick
little
in the summer, which is like in like 2 or 3 more months. I don't know. Because my other stick, you know, is racing in 2 months. It should go up. Yeah.
Alright. Do y'all see that? Now imagine I'm listening to loud music right now. I just looked down for 2 seconds. Alright, I'm sitting in neutral. When y'all see my revs drop like this, but y'all still see the camera shaking, it's because I'm driving and I'm in neutral.
Saves gas.
Saves a lot of gas. And I'm doing, okay, so we're about to hit a stop sign in a second. So I'm in neutral and I just slowed down the car.
Yep, he was in neutral this whole
Yeah, I was in neutral the majority of the time, so I saved a lot of gas.
And a stick saves you money.
Okay, so now I'm going to show y'all how to know when to downshift. And I don't mean downshifting to slow down the car, because I usually do neutral. Alright, so 3.5 upshift. 3.5 upshift. I'm in 4th gear now. And y'all see I'm doing 4th gear. My RPMs are good. And I'm doing what? 48 miles an hour? Perfect. Okay, now my car is going to slow itself down. I'm not even going to put it in neutral. I'm going to pretend someone's in front of me, and I'm going to be slowing it down to 35 miles an hour. Okay, now my RPMs are at 2.2. In any stick, that is the normal grinding range. That's a range where you're doing 35 in a 4th gear. That's too low. So I'm going to push in the clutch. I'm going to put it in 3rd gear, and I'm going to proceed. Now 2.5 isn't that a good thing? Yes, because my engine's not going crazy and my RPMs aren't too low. You can't have you always worry about how high your RPMs are. How about how low they are? Okay, but what if something happens? What if you need to have it low? There are circumstances where you need to have it low. Let's say if it's snowing outside. The higher your RPMs here, you want to lower those. I'm in 4th gear right now. If it's really snowy outside and your RPMs are this high, this is high. This is high for snowy weather. 5th gear. Keep them things low, because the higher they are, the more your engine wants to pull. Your wheels want to pull. If your wheels pull, you'll start sliding. Keep those RPMs low. But if it's not, boom, 4th gear. Now I'm gonna teach y'all rev matching. Then I'm gonna go over everything one more time. All right. So 4th gear, 40 miles an hour. I have to know what RPM I would be doing at 40 miles per hour in 4th gear, which is 2.5, okay? So what I would be doing is I would rev my car to 2.5, or I can't do it, hold on. Someone was in front of me. Why can't I do it? Okay. Or around that. You see what I'm saying? So if I'm doing 3rd gear and I'm doing 45 miles an hour and I want to pass someone, I clutch. I have to know what RPMs I would be doing in 3rd gear at 45 miles per hour. You see that?
That's cool.
And once I do that, the engine's already ready. understand? Now, like I told you guys in my first video, I taught myself how to drive a stick. All the stuff that I'm doing, I taught myself. And you see that you don't have to worry about how high you rev the car. It's about the engine and the clutch. The engine and the clutch. It's not, okay, the engine has to be sitting at 3,200 RPMs in this specific gear. And this, don't worry about all that. Drive your car, dude. This isn't a computer world. Yeah, or girl. This isn't a computer world. It's a car. It's not going to kill anyone. We're going to turn here. Well, no, we're not going to turn here. We're just going to keep going. Alright, so now I want to race someone again. So I'm doing 35 miles per hour. I'm in third gear. I'm going to downshift her.
Second.
And then I neutralize it and I slow the car down because I'm about to hit a stoplight. Okay, so second gear, right? Now I'm just driving normal. So 45 or 50, fourth gear. Okay, so we're going to third gear. And that was with me rev matching. You understand? You have to memorize this meter. I memorized it because I was listening to loud music. Many people don't memorize it because they don't listen to loud music and they just hear the car rev. So once they hear the car rev, they just shift it depending on how they hear it. I don't do that. I actually memorized mine and I studied it. And you might want to do that because if you think you're just going to race and do all that good stuff just because you have a stick and win or not mess up anything, or you'll mess up something. Okay, you'll mess up something really bad. So third gear, 40 miles per hour. This is, or now I'm about to slowing down to 35 miles an hour, and I want a second gear. Well, I did it wrong, but that was the idea. Okay. I did it wrong. So let's try it again. Oh, I did it wrong again. Gosh, this is horrible. These people keep slowing down. See, now I'm like almost on the butt of someone right now, and then someone else is blocking me on my side, so I can't really do it at the second. These roads are really narrow over here. I wish I was on a more open road. But y'all got the idea now. I think I'm gonna turn here now.
Yeah, I think you covered everything.
Yeah, I think I covered everything. So, like we said, rev matching. When you rev match, you want to match the RPMs to the RPMs they would be in that gear. So 50 miles an hour, third gear, I want to downshift it to fourth. I rev it to 4, which isn't that hard. You just press the gas like that. It doesn't have to be exactly on 4. It could be 3.5 or it could be 4.5. It don't have to be exactly, but you just want to match it up similar to that. Do y'all understand? Y'all want to just match it. It's called rev matching, not rev exactly what this RPM is going to be. That's not what they call it. It's called a matching. So you want to try and match it as best as possible. Downshifting. When your RPMs get too low, I recommend in any type of stick shift you have 2,200 or below. I usually do mine at 2,200. I taught my sister 2,200, so we both have that in our head. But anything other than 2,200 or lower than that, get out of that gear because you always worry about how high it is, worry about how low it is too. Get out of that. You have exceptions to running a gear. If it's raining really bad, or if it's snowing or anything like that, or if you live somewhere that does nothing but snow all daggone day and night, which there are places like that, keep it in a high gear at a low speed. Your RPMs will be low, your car won't, your engine will be low, and your wheels will be fine. But if the engine is high, your wheels are going to want to go right when you press the gas the slightest, but the wheels are going to want to go and you're going to spin really bad. What's the first thing I said? Rev matching.
RPM ranges.
There was something else I covered 2 things.
Downshifting.
Downshifting. No, I already got that. I already said that.
Okay, rev matching. RPM ranges.
That's what it was. RPM ranges. RPM ranges. For your RPM ranges, make sure you know what your RPM ranges is. With my car hit 35 in third gear just now, I started doing 40 miles an hour. So then I shifted to fourth gear because that's fourth gear speed range. When I do it to 35 again, that's going to be 50 miles an hour, fifth gear speed range. And it's the same way going back down. So if y'all follow the 2235 or whatever it is, 2-2 process, if y'all follow that, I promise you, whenever you're in fourth gear and your car hits 2,200 RPMs and you downshifted, I promise you, more than likely you'll be doing 35 miles an hour no matter what car you're in. And that's third gear speed range. Do you understand? If someone put on their blinker and they're about to turn and they slowed you down from 65 to 35, and what speed range does that sound like? Third. So you put it in your clutch and you put it in third and you keep going. Okay, I'm going to show y'all that part. Okay, this is the last thing I'm going to cover. This is a very long video. This is the last thing I'm going to cover. Someone slammed on their brakes at last second. I'm doing this all to pretend. I'm about to do it now in just a second. After I hit this curve. I didn't want to do it on the curve. Okay, so someone slammed on the brake at last second. Clutch brake. Okay, now they finished their turn or whatever. So I'm doing, what, 26 miles an hour? I can third gear that. And I can proceed. Alright? If you go up, you have to go down. If you 60 miles an hour, someone slowed me down to 45 miles an hour, fourth gear your car. If someone 45 miles an hour and slowed me down to 15 miles an hour, second gear your car, because first gear takes you from first to 15, not, so you wouldn't first gear it, you would second gear it, because 15 is technically second gear speed range. So I'm gonna demonstrate it here. Alright, I'm doing 55 miles an hour. Someone slammed on their brake and now they're slowing me down to 45. I put it in fourth gear. Now my RPMs are good. If I had put it in third, my engine would have did this. And you most definitely don't want to put it in first. You put it in fourth gear because that is the gear 40 miles per hour is supposed to be in. Do you understand? That's the gear that's the speed fourth gear has to be in. You don't, just because you pushed in your brake and your clutch, you don't want to first gear it. I mean, if your RPMs are 3,500 RPMs at 15 miles an hour in first gear, imagine how high they're going to be at 40. You're going to hit your red line, dude. Please remember that.
Ew, that's a Buick.
Put it in the right gear, and yes, that's a Buick.
It's ugly.
Yeah, it's an ugly vehicle. All right, so I think I covered everything now.
Yeah, but tell them about the stick club.
Right. You guys, this summer, me and my sister are really planning on starting a stick club or a stick driving and teaching club as well. It's for people with automatics. If you want to come out and see all the different types of sticks and learn about stick shifts in person, you can most definitely do that.
We're trying to save stick shifts.
Exactly, because they're trying to slow down and stop the production of stick shift, and they're trying to replace them with dual clutches. We don't want to replace them with dual clutches. We want stick shifts. So we're trying to raise money. We're trying to make a club for this. We're trying to teach more people how to drive sticks so they can drive them more. Sticks are cheaper, they save gas, they're good on gas, they're faster, they look better.
Why would you want to blend in? Look at these ugly.
I mean, all of these people, all of them are automatics. I bet you I can tell you that right now. Even that Mustang sitting right next to me. Why would you want a computer to control a Mustang? Unless you're like deformed or something. Why would you let a computer control a car like that? That is a very beautiful and fast car. And I bet you, as it is, it wastes gas because it's automatic. And it's a very fast car. I bet you that car can dust mine. And that's a computer controlling it. So more than likely, I'll dust that car. And so my car, I usually dust Mustangs and Camaros in my car. Because mostly all of them are automatics. Camaros got V6s and V8s in them.
I beat a Camaro 2013, but he was a stick.
So, we're trying to start a club. If y'all want any type of information, I'll have my number down at the bottom. It's 919-879-4229. To be a part of the club, we're trying to start off at like $20 a month or a week or something. We haven't even made up our minds yet. To be a part of the stick driving class, we're going to make that $20 a week as well. You learn how to drive a stick. You get from the basics all the way to advanced stuff. Hopefully we can get people that's really good at driving the stick, that like does the donuts and all that good stuff. We're trying to host shows. We're trying to do all that good stuff. So we want to make sure everybody gets in it, and all that good type of stuff, you know. But we'll explain most of that stuff later. Is this van messing with me?
Yeah, it is.
There ain't nowhere to take it out.
Yeah, my leg black. Bye bye. He thought he could take him.
Anyways, that's what we're trying to do. So if y'all need any information, just give us a say so. Alright, thanks for watching, you guys. You guys are awesome.
Bye. Bye.